what's going on. I see someone's, oh, that's probably me. Just sharing the dang video. Let's see. What's up, Aaron? Just trying to get the word out, because, you know, everybody heard that the bird is the word. GSS number 3. Come check out GSS number 3, 54 card reveal. Okay, let's do this. And let's do this. Give everybody a little chance to get in here. No, you are not Zeke. All right, a couple people have seen it. Obviously, we'll go back and post. Coming in or going out. Zeke, why don't you come click on and look, bud? This is incoming. You are not in this, Zeke. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get started since it is a bigger sub. 54 cards. As you guys can see, I've got the box here. And I do know all the grades. The only reason that I know the grades on this one, because usually I would wait, is because I got an upcharge, 3 upcharges actually. I had to go in and look. Okay, gotta get rid of Tiger. He's not, the Funko Pop's not standing very well. Had to go in and take a look, and unfortunately saw them all. So it's not as much of a surprise to me. But you guys all are all seeing it for the first time. So we'll just kind of get this down to brass tacks here. We've got 2 of 2. And, oh, wow, I have not gotten one like this before. 1 of 2 in a big old stack like that. So you guys can see that those are exactly how they came out. Actually, I want to post this one more place. So I can give you guys some stats on this, but I'll wait till the end to do stats and whatnot, because I have had a chance to look at it. Okay, we'll just start doing it this way, and I want to come up with a cover. Let's see if I can find something just sitting right here. I guess we can do it this way. Seeing as I know the grades, it's not as imperative for me. There's a packing list. That's technically mine, Zeke. I bought it off of Terrier. We were gonna do it was supposed to be for my brother wanted to buy a gift for his girlfriend's dad, and he ended up going a different route, so technically I bought it. It's mine. My first F1 slab. Okay, you guys can just see how many cards there are. And I'll try to get all of these out to the subbies as soon as I possibly can. This week it'll be this week for sure. So the way I like to do these, oh, there's 2 more cards in there. The way I like to do these is to tell you guys exactly what I thought the grade was going to be. If there's any points that I feel like I need to bring up, then I can do that. Yeah, I'm not necessarily an F1 guy, but Terrier got me a good price for that, so had to jump. So yeah, using it as some inspiration. Let's see if I have any people who have reviewed or okay. Let's see. I posted that in there. Well, obviously I'll make this a public video so people can watch it. But oh, I guess I'll say one other thing about this sub. So of this, I have a few personal cards in here that I did not give an estimated grade for. I also have a couple that Bert reviewed and he gave me, so I did not put an estimated grade for that as well. So some of the cards in here do not go for my stats that I will provide at the end. And I will tell you which ones those are. We'll start on this left side. We got a George Kirby here. This one belongs to Connor. It is a base auto. And this is one that Bert reviewed and sent to me. I just cleaned it and prepped it. Let's see, we got to get down here to Connor. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Wait, do I have this in here wrong? Or is this Bryce C? I might have to look and make sure I have these in here correct. Anyway, here we go. This might belong to Bryce. Come on. We see it. We got our first 10 out of the way. Nice looking card. We love our, we definitely love our Kirby's in this house. So we'll just kind of start stacking them here. I'll have a nice little stack of how things are at the end, where they shape up. Next card, we've got a Jason Dominguez. This card is a Sparkle Refractor. And let's see. Oh, I guess I didn't put the grades on what they ended up getting. But here we go. So I don't actually remember this one off the top of my head. This one got a 9. So I can already see when I reviewed this one, like I said, I just cleaned this one. You can see it's off center, left to right. That was really the only thing regarding that one. So unfortunate for a 9 there. This was mine and my brother's card. This is a 101. My brothers and I like to invest in a couple, invest in some cards together with the idea. What's up, Steve? This is, you know, as you called me the other day, Gem Mint 9 or Mint 9 Max. Dick. Anyway, this is me and my brother's card. We bought this. So we've been trying to buy some cards and then move upwards with them. So my middle brother identified this because he's more of a basketball guy, card collecting. And this is a 101. So we were expecting this. So that's not great. There's not much I can do with that one because it's a foil card. Here's another card of mine. Which one is this? This is the regular, I think this one's to 149 or something. And this one got a 9. So I was kind of expecting that with these. Steve, tough. Let's see. So I may crack this one and resub it. Who knows? But I was bummed about this next one. Like I said, there's not a lot you can do about these particular cards. This one was a gift from Two, who has a couple cards in this sub. I did not do a review or an evaluation for this one. This one got an 8. Honestly, I don't know why. This one I'm pretty positive I'm going to crack and resub. But those are rookies. So yeah, we'll keep this out this way. All right, now back into other people's. Some of the good cards. This card, Harry Ford Gold Wave. This card belongs to Zelko, Kevin Zelko. I told him, where are we at? Harry Ford. I told him I thought this card had a good chance at a 10. There was some issues with it. And I was incorrect about this one. This one got a 9. I can't remember what my exact notes were on this card, but I did say that there is one thing on this that could bring this down to a 9. I'm actually kind of curious because this card raw was doing about 850, and I think what happened with this is we undersubbed it and they didn't upcharge it, and I think it got hit by that. I could be wrong. That could be a total false narrative, but I think moving forward, a card like this should have gone in the $50 sub. So that's a bummer, but still a very tough card to get anyway. So it's a good card nonetheless. This one isn't too terribly off left to right. I think more than anything, it's off top to bottom, but it's not. It's still within 70-30. Here's another card for Zelko. We've got a Michael Harris base. I told Zelko this was a 10. And let's figure out what it got. Boom. It's a nice little card. I mean, for all it's worth, that's a big card. He came up, and this card took a big leap and actually made 2020 Bowman Chrome a buy for a little while. So we're happy with that one. And this, if this is Zelko's one, this is one. Yep, this is Zelko's. This card is one of our upcharges. And here's why. I told him that let's see, what did I tell him? I told him this would get a 10, and that's exactly what it got. That is a big, big card. One thing I'm actually noticing though, so if they did upcharge this to the $100 level, and this didn't get a scan, and they didn't put it in a sleeve, which when you buy it outright, it comes in a sleeve at that level. So little concerned and peeved by that, but yeah, not much you can do. Here's an Oswald Peraza. This card is a base card and belongs to Ted. This was one that Bert reviewed. Obviously Peraza had come up, right? He came up. Nice. It's a good one. We like 10s. No matter what. And base, I've noticed that base Chrome cards from the last couple of years have had lots of issues on them lately. And they have not been gemming at the rate I figured they would. But, yeah. Here's a Riley Green. This card belongs to Matt Dulock. And this was another one that Bert reviewed prior to sending down to me. We've got a mint 9. Looks maybe a little off-center. That looks a little thicker than some of the other 2019s do, but when I looked at this one and cleaned it, I didn't see any issues with it, so I'm a little, I'm not positive on this one. This one might be a good one to crack and resub, but, we have to kind of go through it. And we want to look at it, maybe make a more informed decision. Here was our card number 2 that got upcharged, and unfortunately, so this card belongs to Zelko, Jordan Walker purple, and I told him I thought this card would 9, and we subbed it at the $30 level. It did get upcharged, but it did get a 9, and I think it's just because of where the market is for Jordan Walker. So unfortunate that we got upcharged on this one. It got bumped to the $50 level, but obviously that means it's still a big card even as a 9. Yeah, so bummer there. We have a Nick York. This is another card for Kevin Zelko. This is a card, what did I tell him? I actually told him I thought this was going to get a 10. I thought this card was pretty clean. I've had pretty good success subbing Nick York cards, and unfortunately it got a 9. I really didn't understand this one, unless we got bit by the same snake of, they thought it was, undersubbed maybe. I don't know, but this card was pretty clean. So I was bummed about this one. I think I got an angry subber. Yeah, that one is really clean, Steve. I really don't understand that one. I mean, you know, I'm pretty honest when I review these cards and say, hey, I wouldn't sub this, or, you know, there's lines here. So I was very disappointed with that one. Here's an Anthony Volpe. Oops, probably saw that. Anthony Volpe, another Zelco card. I told him I thought this card was going to get a 9. And that is exactly what it got. And this is one of the clean autos, the Volpe, not a Nolpe auto. So a lot of 9s, a lot more 9s going so far. We got a Khalil Watson purple. This card also belongs to Zelco. And I told him I thought this card was going to get a 9. There were some surface woes with it. And that's what it got. Good looking card though, all things considered. But I did think that one was going to get a 9, and it did hold. We've got one of our several Henry Davis. This is a Henry Davis True Blue. This one belongs to Zelco. I told him I thought this would get a 9. This one's numbered 150 out of 150. I told him I believed this was a 9. And that's what it got. So this one had some print lines and other stuff that I could not clean. So unfortunate that it went that way. Cooley, here's one of your cards. These were the only basketball ones I subbed, were for Cooley. And I really, okay, let's just go this way. RJ Barrett, this is a Gold Wave T-Mall. I told Cooley I thought this card was going to get a 10. Come on, focus. There you go. We got a little 10. Steve, what did you sub? So there you go, Cooley. First one in the books. All right, here's another one for you. This is another Cooley card. This is a Red Ice Ja Morant. This one, Red Cracked Ice. Oh, how did it do? Did you get a 9 on it, or did you get a 10, Steve? Here's a Ja Morant Red Cracked Ice. I told you I thought this was going to get a 10. Oh yeah, that's a big card, Steve. There we go. Ja Morant, 2020 Prism. Second year card. That one got a 10. Luka Doncic. This one is also a Red Cracked Ice, and I told Cooley I thought this would get a 10. I should say Carter. That one also got a 10. Come on, focus. I don't have a background here. I'm actually in the process of cleaning out my office. So there's 3 10s for you so far. Get that little 10s versus 9 race back in check. All right, we've got a green Tyrese Halliburton, retail green. I told Cooley I thought this was going to get a 9. Come on. That's what it got. Come on, I'm having a real brutal time with this. But so I thought that one would get a 9. Ended up with a 9. Bummer. Spencer Torkelson. This one's going to be another Cooley card. This is a refractor. I told him I thought this was going to get a 10. This was one of the cleaner cards I've seen reviewing Spencer Torkelson's, and I've sent a couple in. And this one got a 9. I'm very disappointed in this one. Unless this had to do with the fact that the top bottom is off, I was bummed about this one. 446. Let's just make sure this is the same one we subbed. Where are you at? Torkelson, 446 out of 499. So I'm bummed about that one. Carter, if you want to go through and resub this one, I would be happy to give it a try. I was so bummed about that one. Devin Booker. This is a rookie auto Devin Booker from Panini Contenders Draft Picks. I told Carter that I thought this card was going to get an 8. It's an older card, 2015, and there's some print lines on it, and it's more of a foil card, so there's a lot less you can do cleaning-wise. I told him I thought it was an 8, and that's exactly what it got. This is still, I think, a great card. It's a rookie card. Really good-looking card. Devin Booker is a really good talent. But I actually said we definitely want to sub that one still, but we thought that was going to be an 8. Yes, I agree, Bert. One of the things I've actually noticed and what I've really felt about these, the PSA, watching a couple of these, is that the eye appeal is much bigger of a deal right now, and they are significantly more stingy on the centering. I feel like that's where people are getting hammered. So here's another Carter Cooley card. Let's go. Let's see what this one is. George Valera Gold Shimmer. I told him I thought this card was going to be a 9. And that's exactly what it got. These cards just sometimes have a predisposition to having issues. No, Aaron, I agree. I mean, when I saw this, I knew, and look how clean it looks, and just, it looks so shiny, and it looks, I wish I could get this looks really good in person. But anyway, these cards have predispositions, as we've all heard. I thought this one was going to be a 9. Unfortunately, it stayed a 9. I feel like they have a bunch of new amateur graders. Yes, I do feel like it's been weird. I think if you the bulk graders have been easier on the economy stuff and the value stuff, and I don't know. Here is another card for Carter. This, I believe, is a case hit. The whammies out of Panini Donruss. And this, I told him, I believed would get a 10. So let's see how close we were. Okay, come on. I feel like Back to the frickin' Future. There we go. Yes, Steve, it 100% is the limit, but it's like more like 55-45 in reality, and it should even be less than that. That's a good looking card. I'm not typically a Donruss guy, but for these case hits and these like big time, ones like this, that's a good looking card. Nice 10. Here's a Mac Jones. Actually, funny story about this one. When I reviewed this, so this is a green scope, I think it's called. Where are we at? Mac Jones, green scope, Panini score. This is number 99 out of 110. I told him I thought this was a 10. But what's funny about this is I had actually reached out to him and said, listen, it was right when all the Mac Jones stuff was going down. And I had said, "Are you sure you want to sub this?" He said, "Yeah, let's go ahead." I told him I thought this was a 10. Here's one that I got wrong. I don't understand why this one got a 9. It's a foil card. And what I've felt about these foil cards is it is so easy to tell when something's gonna gem, because there's just no flaws in anything. I don't understand why this one got a 9. Probably not worth cracking and resubbing, but I really did not agree with that grade. All right, here is 2. Has a couple cards. My guy 2. This is let's go to the very top. This is a 2018 Topps Chrome Image Variation Shohei Ohtani. Refractor. I told 2 this one was going to get a 10. And that's exactly what it got. It's a good looking card too. Yeah, it probably is. I've actually had decent luck with foils lately, but you're right. Those are another one of those. You just have no idea how they're going to treat it. Here's another card for 2. This is a Finest Flamethrowers. For those of you that ripped a lot of this stuff, like me and Bert, and you know, a lot of people joined a lot of this. These flamethrowers were no, the hit Power Kings were the ones that were really off-centered, but these, I feel like not a lot of people are subbing these. So I had told them, hey, maybe we hold off on it. Not a lot of value, but I do think it's a 10, and you might have a low pop card. So we subbed it. It got a 10. It's a pop 6. It's a good looking card, and I think he should probably have a. I think he does have a Power Kings one as well. So if you get one of those 2, we should send it in and get you one of each as a 10. Here's a gold refractor from 2022 Finest Flashbacks, also for 2. I told him this was a 10. Here we go. Gem Mint 10. Yeah, I am too, Bert. I really am glad he subbed it. I really don't want to give too much input anymore on whether I think you should sub a card or not, because at the end of the day, it's all about what you want for your collection, for your guys, and I'm just here to help you make that informed decision. That's what we want to do. But this was a huge card, and when I got this, I mean, I was ecstatic for my guy too. This is a rookie blue, and I told him I thought this was a 9. Flat out, just did not think this one could cut it. I tried my hardest to clean it, massage it, and obviously I did something right, because this was our 3rd and final card that got an upcharge. That's a good looking card. 2 is a big Otani guy. He's a big Tyrese Maxey guy. So I'm happy to have gotten that one for him. This card belongs to Bo at B&E. This is a cool card. I know a couple people. Actually, I believe this card belongs to Bo's dad. So B&E, who also had a phenomenal sub comeback. I reviewed this for him, and I told him, where are we at? Where are we, Bo? Come on. It's here somewhere in my list. There it is. This is number 32 of 50. I told him I thought this was a 10. Yeah, the banana peel really works for some of these cards. And I told Bo this would get a 10. Boom. I know some people that will pony up for that card. One of them's name is Bert. But, you know, Bryce Snape likes Brian Ramos. This is probably the number 1 card I'm most embarrassed about. And we're going to take a quick look at this card on camera. I did reach out to Bo about this card because I have no idea what happened. This card also belongs to Bo. He's a big Michael Goldberg guy. When I reviewed this, I said, this is a 10. I don't see any reason why this is a 10. So something had to have happened, because that is inexplicable to me. What happened? I mean, I'm just going to try to take a look here. I mean, the colors look fine. I literally don't, well, that corner actually looks, I can see a ding in the corner there. Might be hard to see. Yeah, there, look, you can see it's kind of lifted now. That was definitely not there when I subbed this. I've already talked with Bo about this card because there's just no excuse. I'm gonna crack it and send it back because it's a PC card more than anything for him. But honestly, I do not understand. I just don't understand. I'm pretty upset about that one. Actually, I'm upset about this card too. This is Chris Gragnani. No, I agree, Steve. Those waves, I'm sure they have issues, but I just don't get it. But here's another card I'm bummed about. This one, it looks like it's the base card. This one came straight out of a redemption for Chris Gragnani. I told him I thought this was a 10. I figured this was one of the cleaner cards you could have. Where's the base? Yeah, there it is. I said I thought it was a 10, and it got a 9. There's literally nothing wrong with this card. There were no print lines on it. There's no scratches on it. It came directly out of the seal. I still gave it the once over. This is an ultimate crack and resub candidate, and actually whatever this little speck is, it's on the inside there. So they may have done something. So I'm pretty bummed about that. Warming Bernabelle. As most of you guys know, this is also for Chris. This is a refractor auto. As most of you guys know, who have been into 2022 Bowman, Warming Bernabelle cards are kind of like a Dale Amador. They're just few and far between where you get a really clean surface. So I thought this card was a 9. I told Chris this was a 9, and that's exactly how it came back. I have my notes for all of these cards. I just, I gave this one a pretty good cleaning, and I tried really, really hard on this one. I said which one are you talking about, Bert? Because I actually told him I would crack and resub both of the Colas. Which one do you want? You want the Colas ones? Because trust me, I've talked to him about it. Andy Rodriguez. Here is a refractor auto. I did tell him I thought this was a 9. And he's a big Endy guy. Endy really came on strong. And this one came back a 9, which again, I told him it was a 9, but at least his base one he subbed, I think I told him it was an 8, and we did not sub it. So I was hoping this one had a chance to cut through. No, oh wait, oh shit, I'm actually wrong. I screwed up this one. I told him this one was a 10. I told him this was a 10 and it got a 9. So I did not do very well for Chris Gragnani. So these ones, for whatever reason, got hammered. I feel like this card's very clean too. Also a crack and resub. And here is the other Oscar Colas, which I alluded to. This one also obviously a redemption. Came straight out. I had no issues with it. I told him I thought it was a 10. And again, I mean, there's just nothing wrong with this card. There is nothing wrong with this card. This sub drove me nuts for a couple reasons on some of these cards, because there's just absolutely no excuse for that one. This card, Refractor Ellie. This card, I did tell him I thought was going to be a 9. 43 out of 499. Let's make sure that's the number. 43 out of 499. And it did get a 9. So I was right about this one. One thing about this sub is I had a lot less ones where I told somebody it was what it was, and then it broke. It had a lot less breakthroughs on this one. And maybe that's because I was less aggressive. I don't know. But here was another one for Chris. Base Sapphire Curtis Mead. I told him this one I believed was a 10. I've subbed a lot of these Curtis Mead Sapphire cards. So I feel like I've got a pretty good handle on these ones coming back a 10. So at least we could get you one, man. Here is an Atomic Andy Rodriguez autograph. I told him this I believed was a 9. And that's what it got. This one had some print lines on it. I cleaned it up. I thought this had a chance to break through. Bummer. Here is Joe Lake. Are you in the house, Joe? This card belongs to Joe. Joe has subbed a couple cards with me. This is his second round with me. And I told him I believed this card. I think he sent me 3 cards to review. And this one in particular, I told him was a 10. We only ended up subbing 10. But Connor Norby Gold, I told him I thought this was a 10. And we're going to keep with our streak. Number I think we're 3 for 3 now on our 10s. So happy about that one. Congrats, Joe. Here's a gold Robert Witt, number 20 out of 50. And out of Finest Flashbacks, non-auto. This one is also Joe's, and I told him I believed this was a 10. So I was hoping to keep our streak of 3 for 3, go to 4 for 4, and that's exactly what we did. That is a good looking card. Congrats, Joe. Here's some more cards for Carter. We also, let's see, we have an Anthony Edwards purple from Donruss. Okay, this one I told Carter I thought it was a 10, and it got a 9. So I have to admit that I think I need to do some more work. What the heck is that? Oh no, okay, that's nothing. I admit that I now feel like I have to do a lot more work on NBA cards because this card felt so clean. I have no idea why this one got a 9 again, unless there's some centering issues, but there's just not a lot of issues with this one. So really bummed about that one as well. This is obviously the stretch of cards for me that I don't know, man. This here's a silver. This is another one I said was going to get a 10. I was pretty positive this one was going to get a 10. And it got a 9. Again, like even for Prism, I feel like the centering, sure, it might be a little off top to bottom, but the centering is better than 95% of these. So I do not understand why this one got a 9 either. Like the surface is really clean. The edges were clean. Of the 9 so far, no, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. But I don't do auto grades either. Here's another James Wiseman. So I will definitely need to talk with Carter about some of these because I told him I thought this was a 10. And clearly I need to know what the hell's going on because I have no idea. Unless the centering dropped this to an 8, which you can see it maybe a little bit there and maybe a little top heavy, but I don't understand this one either. This was one of those fringe cards that I had told Carter, it's a lower value, and I think this one will be easier to get a 10. But I just don't understand with what's going on with basketball and this particular, the cracked ice, because I said this one would get a 10 and it got a 9. Yeah, honestly, I think that's kind of what happened here. I don't want to take any excuses because at the end of the day, I believed it was going to get a different grade than it did. Still, I get that, Carter, but it's like, it was clean, and I will say I give the same amount of love to cards that might be a $25 card or a $10 card that I do to the ones that are, higher value because, we want to go that route. We want it to be, all of them to come back 10s if we can. So I'm bummed about that. Cole Anthony, though, this one, Blue Wave, I told Carter I believed this one was a 10. So at least we can get one of them right. So I really think that at the end of the day, what I need to do is I need to get a better grip on what the standards are for basketball. Perhaps this is, perhaps that's the way it needs to go. I just need to spend more time with basketball cards. Here's a LaMelo Ball silver, and I told him I thought this was a 9. The centering was bad enough on this one, and that's what this one got, a 9. So at least we got that one right. Would have liked a breakthrough. Here is an Anthony Edwards red cracked ice. I told him I thought this was a 9. And that's what it got. So, like I said, I think I need to spend a lot more time with basketball cards here and get a better grip on this, because the basketball portion of this did not do so hot for me to this point. We've got an Anthony Edwards blue, Concourse blue rookie, and I said I thought this one was going to get a 10. It's not even like this is a, I mean, I just, again, unless the centering is so bad that I really don't understand the centering being even that far off. It didn't even look like it was off. So I have obviously didn't do so hot. Here we go with purple cracked ice. I told him this one was going to be a 9, and that's what we got. This one, the centering is definitely off, and that's that eye appeal thing. Yeah, honestly, I think I got hammered on this one. Here's a Bo Bichette. I believe this one does belong to you, Big P. This was one that Bert reviewed. So I did not come up with an estimated grade on this. I just cleaned it and prepped it. I really don't know what to think. I really don't think Pop Control is that big of a deal, is that big of a thing going on right now, but I really don't know. I don't know what else to say, because some of these cards, I just think maybe they have a quota. I don't know. This one got a 9. I cleaned this one pretty good. I didn't think there were any issues with this. This one might be a good crack and resub candidate. Shalin Polanco. This is a blue. Another one. You guys did think the bow was going to be a 9. I mean, I cleaned it pretty good. We were hoping for a breakthrough. I don't remember what this one got, so we're going to be learning on the fly. This one also got a 9. I cleaned this one too, and I actually don't see anything wrong with this either. Maybe a little bottom heavy, but that's a bummer. Here is another Henry Davis Blue Wave. Another one that Bert reviewed. Numbered, did I have this one numbered? 117. There it is, out of 150. And this one also got a 9. A little bit off center, right to left, and I'm pretty sure that's what held this one out. Yeah, I agree. The Polanco should have been a 10. 100% agree. This one I could see centering wise, but again, I cleaned this one as well. I didn't see any major print lines on this one. Still can't, I guess you can see, oh, you can see one deep print line through the middle. That's right. Yeah, we might need to take Bert and just take him out back and give him an old donkey punch. That one, I can still see the print line. I did try to clean that one actually 3 times. I took, the McGuire's, and I cleaned it 3 separate times trying to get rid of this print line, and this is just a deeper one. I'm pretty sure that was the deciding factor for that. So we're down to our last 3 cards, and then I have 2 that are not here that I have the grades for that I'm going to review. This O'Neal Cruz from the National. This one I know had some issues on it that I could not clean. I tried really hard. There's some surface, you can kind of see there's some maybe edging issues, and this one also got a 9. I did feel like this one was a tough sell for a 10 when I was cleaning it. And it just had a lot to do with some of the corners and the edges, and yeah, I'm still bummed. I wish we could have had a breakthrough on that one, but we do want to, get you one, definitely try to get you 1 gem, which we were able to do here. He's already paid Bert, so you can get out in touch with him. but at least we got this one as a gem. And who has the last? And then Justin had the last Henry Davis. This one's a purple. Stay tuned. I got 2 more cards to reveal. One more for Carter, one for Adam. So here is purple for Justin, and this one got a 9. So our Henry Davis sub, not so fresh. Real quick, we can just kind of show the count. Here's where we are at. A lot more 9s. You guys can see I do a lot of cleaning on this table, so don't, you know. Yeah, that was a tough one for Big P. But, okay, I have 2 more cards to reveal, and they're on I have the screenshots on my phone. We did sub 2 of these as, we subbed 2 of these cards as $50 subs. And the first one is an orange Kobe Mayo. Oop. We'll get into it. We'll talk, Bert. Orange Kobe Mayo auto. I told Carter that I thought this was going to be a 9, and that is exactly what it got. 19 out of 25. I thought it had a chance to break through, but I did think that one was going to be a 9. And the last card of the sub was for Adam, and it was a Aqua Bobby Witt Jr. Finest Flashbacks. Bert reviewed this one. I also reviewed it. I thought it would get a 9 just based on the print lines alone on it. I was able to clean it a little bit, and I am a little surprised on this one. But it got a 10. So that's a good looking card right there. It actually kind of makes me wonder about some of these other ones I've reviewed, because I did not necessarily think that deserved a 10. So here we go. That will take. 100% will take that. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. For anybody that is curious on what we're going to do and how we do this, I have you guys fill out this form. And actually, Bert is working on a way to make this paperless and fillable. So you'll fill out the top form of this and send it to me with your cards via email. That's grandsalamisubs@outlook.com, and I will fill this out, review all your cards, prep them, and then you can make an informed decision on what you want to send. With that being said, if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. I can then get a hold of you that way with this information, and we can get you going on the process if you're interested. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. We still got a 1,000 subscriber giveaway going down for Bert, and you know, there's going to be that'll be a nice pot of stuff to win. So anyway, thank you guys all for subbing. Thanks for being patient, and I will get all these out to you as soon as possible. Everybody's paid, so we're good to go. Thank you so much, and sorry that not all the cards were able to gem. So take care. Bye.